to Wednesday, October 13th episode of Royal Bettors, where Jaric, that's me, and Jake Elder will be breaking down the NHL slate for Wednesday's action. And it's a hefty slate, considering we only had two games yesterday, Seattle, Vegas, and Pittsburgh, Tampa. Today we got New York, Washington, Montreal, Toronto, Edmonton, Vancouver, Chicago, Colorado, and Winnipeg and Anaheim. And I have action on all five of those games.
I also do. Not much on every game, but there's something little I found that I like in every game.
Yep, so we'll be going through the slate, giving you guys our thoughts on what we think will happen through each game, giving you guys hopefully some winners after yesterday. The first game wasn't as kind to us as the second game was.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about that one. I don't know. It felt like it was.
I mean, we will break down what happened yesterday, and Pittsburgh, Tampa Bay. I thought, now Pittsburgh, they didn't have Gensel, they didn't have Crosby, they didn't have Malkin, they didn't have Vassiliadis. And I thought they were the better team the whole entire game. Tampa didn't have their legs at all. They weren't. I mean, I thought probably Matthew Joseph and Kucherov were the best skaters on the ice, and Vasilevsky was probably their best player. Yet he had two goals allowed that he would never allow.
Right. And it's like the guys who scored for the Penguins. I don't know. I've personally never heard of Heinen, but if you, I don't know about that. And then Brian Boyle, the man wasn't even playing hockey last year. He got signed yesterday. It's like, it just felt like Tampa looked awful. They looked like preseason hockey. Like, I don't know. It was hard to watch.
And I didn't think it would be that way whatsoever. I thought Tampa would at least come out, with an offense. I thought they'd struggle defensively, if anything.
Right? The fact that
I mean, Braden Point, that he looked messy out there. Stamkos didn't look good. Killorn looked bad until the end. And if you had the under in that game, I feel bad for you because things fell apart there in the final 5 minutes drastically.
Yeah, that was something for sure.
And then over on the West Coast, Seattle began their NHL season with almost a win. Okay, what did you think of this no goal call? Or this good goal call? I thought it should have been no goal.
No, it was. He clearly moved his foot off the ice and forward, and then I didn't even know you can angle your skate to make a puck go in.
See, it looked like a kicking motion, but it also looked. I don't know if you remember Marian Hossa's goal in Game 7 versus the Ducks when the Hawks won their last cup. It was basically the same play, and I mean, if that was a good goal, I guess Stevenson's goal is a good goal. I mean, I had that OT bet, man. Like I was coming so close to actually getting that draw. So Newt Gaming with the comment, what do you guys think of the Strome rumors? Now, I've been saying since over the summer that the Blackhawks should trade Dylan Strome for Colin Blackwell, who's now in Seattle. And I mean, I think he's like the Andrew Shaw, just without, as much of a potty mouth.
Yeah, with Tay's back, I feel like our center depth's there, but I don't know.
I know there's been talk that they might trade him to the Rangers for Kravtsov. Like Rangers might end up paying for that.
Do you know how he is?
That would be interesting if that happened.
I don't know how Kravtsov is. Like, is he any good?
I haven't seen too much of him, to be honest.
Yeah, Strome's all right. I don't know.
But back to that Seattle-Vegas game. The first period went exactly how both of us thought it would. Vegas came out roaring early. They had a good key penalty kill right off the gate. And then, sure enough, Pacioretty makes it 1-0. Marshall showed 2-0. And then we catch the best bet. Vegas half a goal in the first period.
And then I also live bet. It was surprising to see that it was that much plus money, but it was like plus 140 for Kraken, plus 2.5 when they were down 2-0. So it's like, I don't know. And I feel like a lot of Vegas games are going to be like that, along those lines of they're going to come out hard. And then I feel like they always have that. I talked about the dry spot, like where they just forget to play for a minute. And exactly that happened. 2 goals in 69 seconds for the Kraken. It's like that 1 minute right there is where Vegas just forgets that they're playing hockey and they let go a few goals in. So that was fun.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be a good angle to look at in Vegas games. Now, what we should remember do not bet the other team to come back and win down 3-0 against Vegas. They're 91-0-0 and leading by 3 goals.
Oh yeah, that's funny.
So if you're ever thinking about live betting a team to come back on Vegas, I'd tread lightly.
If anything, bet Vegas to come back. They do that all. To Vegas is just that.
Yeah, we thought Tampa would have the better second period, and we both lost a live bet there. His dogs are barking. We tried to get him quiet before the show started, but that was yesterday's action. Let's dive into tonight's action. You saw it on the thumbnail. NHL on TNT is finally here in the regular season, and they're going to kick things off with the New York Rangers versus the Washington Capitals. Now, Rangers are priced just at plus 100 here. Capitals around minus 115, and this line's moved a good amount. Yesterday was Capitals minus 135, Rangers plus 115. And Alex Ovechkin's questionable for the Caps. It did look like he was on ice practicing on the morning skate, and it's looking like he will play, but he is banged up, and I don't exactly know. I know Backstrom's out for the Caps. I just don't exactly think they're going to have the depth that the Rangers do, and especially the speed to keep up with them on opening night.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a pretty traditional game, and I mean, personally, I like the Rangers as well. I think it'll be a close game no matter what, like 4-3, right around there. But do you make a bet on this one? You made the bet on the Rangers?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Rangers money line. I also like them to win in regulation. I'm not high on the Caps at all. I think the first line of Panarin is Zibanejad's going to roll. I think the Caps are going to be slow with a banged up Ovechkin. They don't have anybody with speed out there. I think Oshie and Sprong are probably their fastest players. I think if the power play struggles for the Caps, they're going to struggle to score in general. I like Igor Shesterkin in that for the Rangers. I like their defensive core. I think the Rangers could steal this one 4-2, 5-3. I mean, you're right. Caps probably will get a couple, but I think the Rangers are going to have enough to get it done. I do think this game probably starts slow, though. I do think that the Reeves versus Wilson aspect is going to play a factor.
I don't know. I actually I did that thing. It's what, a round robin, is that what it's called? I don't know. Where I took literally all the first period overs, and I did like 2x3 wager or whatever. So it's like if a few of them hit, I get paid. But like if all 5 of them hit, I make a lot. Because I don't know. I like the first period over in 3 of the games, and this is one of them for me. But
I like
so I
it.
make that bet, and then I do also have the Rangers money line.
I like it. Yeah.
Do you have any goals?
Basically, no, I don't. I mean, Panarin, Zibanejad, those are the two that come to mind, but I'm not really gonna. I don't have anything that stakes out. Again, when I hand out player props, I should like keep track of them, but if I really like it, I'll make it part of my normal card with the totals and the sides and stuff. That like if there's a prop on there, then that's like the big one.
All right. Go on to the next game.
Yeah, I mean, my final thoughts on Rangers Washington is it's probably going to be exactly how that last meeting was at the end of the regular season last year. I think they're going to get the physicality out of the way now.
Agreed. Next
All right.
game we want to go into.
So, yeah, Montreal, Toronto. Now, Toronto's dealt with the injury bug here a little bit. Matthews, he's not going to play. He's out the first 3 games with a wrist, and Marner yesterday ended up with a head injury after colliding with Wayne Simmons at practice. Now, his status for tonight's game is undetermined, but regardless, I like the Habs before both of these guys are even ruled out. They always give Montreal fits. They always give Toronto fits on opening night, and I think that trend will continue.
Yeah. I'm not big on the Leafs at all this year, so I'll be betting against them a lot. Obviously, that might not work in my favor, but with Matthews and Marner out, this is definitely a bet on the other team side.
I mean, what's crazy is Montreal is plus 145 all of yesterday, and even with the injury news, they're plus 155. That's where I have them.
Yeah,
And I think that's a very big underdog price. Like Toronto's, you're really paying some juice there for them to win, and their depth looks horrible without Matthews and Marner on the ice. Like the team built around them's not good.
yeah, I don't like it at all. And Tavares, I mean, Tavares can be a top line guy, but I think that's where it ends right there. Is
The only aspect that worries me in this one is Toronto's wants revenge after losing that 3-1 deficit in the playoffs.
definitely, but that could also be why a lot of people are on the over today for that game.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it makes a lot of sense. Toronto's going to have to score to win, and Montreal has a lot of goal scorers on their team. So for
Yeah,
that reason, one of my favorite bets today is Montreal over 2.5 is -105. Uh, that's also so it's on DraftKings, but it's with the not including overtime, because I know if you do the including overtime, like 3-2 final or whatever, it's like -130. But -105 is a really good price too for them to get 3 goals.
yeah, I like that. I mean, I like Montreal to just win this game on the money line. Breaking news: Matthias Ekholm just signed a 4-year contract extension with the Nashville Predators. But back to this game, I like Anderson to score a goal at +300. Josh Anderson. He's always around the greasy areas of the net. I'd imagine that, this game's, I mean, with the roster the Leafs have, it's going to be a lot of tied up sticks and battles in front of the net. It's going to be more defensive presence, I think, early on. I think they have a lot more defensive minded players on the ice right now. Toronto does. I still think the over probably will come through. I'm not going to bet it.
Yeah,
But, I mean, I
I'm
think,
not betting it either, but I like Montreal over 2.5 for sure.
yeah.
Obviously,
And
it comes with the over, but
Tyler Toffoli too. I think the power play could go in for Montreal, and I mean Anderson +300, Toffoli +180 anytime goal scorers. I think those will probably be props. Like I'll just toss a couple shackles on.
yeah, I definitely like it too. I'm looking at it right now. Oh yeah, they put them up. I was looking last night and they weren't up, but
There's the Hawks don't have their game up yet. I do like to Brinkat in that game.
you're right.
But I'm gonna stay in Canada right now, even though I just talked about Colorado, Chicago. We're gonna stick with Edmonton and Vancouver. Now I think the only way to look at this one's the first period over at -1.30. Right?
Yeah.
This game's going to start off like gangbusters. I could see a goal in the first 10 minutes, probably a couple power plays. I mean, it could be 2-0 Edmonton. It could be 1-1. It could be 2-0 Vancouver. I mean, it could really go either way.
This is probably a bad take, but this is the one game I don't know. I never trust the Oilers. I feel like they either put up 6 or they put up nothing, and I don't know. It's really weird to watch. I'm hoping I didn't bet it, but I agree with you to where your thought process, obviously. But
Yeah, I mean, McDavid, Hyman's going to be making his Oilers debut. He'll be up there with McDavid. Draisaitl, that power play is going to be clicking. Tyson Barrie. And you look on the Vancouver side, Brock Besser traveled with the team to Edmonton. He might actually play tonight. Pedersen, JT Miller, Quinn Hughes. I mean, the list goes on. Bo Horvat, how can I forget about him? Like, I mean, there's a lot of offensive firepower on this team. And if Thatcher Demko's not sharp, and I'm not going to believe in Mike Smith exactly too much, I think this game could be 2-1 after the first period. I mean, I think -1.30 is not juiced at all for a total like this. I thought
yeah,
it should have been -150 when I looked at it.
yeah, I was thinking that too. Because well, for the I guess we'll wait till we get there. But yeah, I definitely this seems like a game that's gonna have goals right away or goals throughout the entire game. My one of my bets, which I not even on, I can't even find it right now because they don't have it up for the game yet. But I don't know what the odds for it is going to be. But Hughes to have a point, I mean, it's probably going to be pretty juiced, I would think, right? So
It might be, yeah, probably.
yeah, because I
It's
don't know.
probably around -135, -140, maybe more.
Maybe I'll choose him to score a goal or specifically get an assist. I'm not sure, but I definitely like Hughes to be on the point side tonight. That's the only
All
bet I
right.
have in this game personally.
So Jake's on Quinn Hughes to get over half a point. I like the first period over. Now to the finale of the NHL on TNT this evening, and that'll be the Colorado Avalanche hosting the Chicago Blackhawks. Now, the Avalanche are without Nathan MacKinnon, who is in COVID-19 protocols. He's asymptomatic, but he will not play Wednesday, and this line's changed a lot. It was 250 before I went to grab it, and plus 250 for the Hawks. Plus 200, I got them on the money line, plus 200 yesterday. Now they're plus 165, and I'm sure that number is going to keep going down because 75% of the money is in on the Hawks.
Yeah, I like the Hawks too. That's a huge boost. I think he's not that whole team. They obviously have depth, but he makes that top line something special. So the fact that
Yeah.
he's out, good.
Okay, like we mentioned, like the Hawks having Tyler Johnson right in front of the net on that first power play. You got Taze, Kane, DeBrincat, Kirby Doc, Marc-Andre Fleury in net, Seth Jones on defense. I mean, this Blackhawks team don't they plus 200 underdogs against the Nathan MacKinnon-less Avalanche team. Like I almost liked them with Nathan MacKinnon. Like I felt 3-2 Blackhawks in overtime. Maybe not overtime, but like that's what I've been feeling for a long time with this game. And I think Colorado probably starts with their legs fast. I think they probably get on the board early, but I think the game will slow down. The Hawks will find their legs. They'll get a power play. They'll probably score on there. I like to brink at the score. Kubalik maybe as well. I think this will be a low-scoring game. I think the Hawks will find their way in it after maybe a slow first 10 minutes because they haven't seen speed like this all preseason. And even
Yeah,
without MacKinnon, they're still going to be up and down the ice a lot. So I do like the Hawks to get it done. Might be a wishy-washy first period, but I think it'll slow down for both teams and they'll find a way.
yeah. You talking about that first period? So another favorite bet I got is the first period over in this one. And actually, on DraftKings, it's minus 150, which I would never bet minus 150. But over on FanDuel, it's minus 138. So I like that a lot better. So I took that over there. And then my goal scorers, I got Kubalik. You mentioned him, but I think him playing with Taze, and I think Taze will be on the scoreboard tonight for point wise,
And
at
Kubalik's
least.
Mr. Power Play.
Yeah, also that too. And then I also like McCarr anytime. With McDavid out, McCarr is going to
Yeah,
have to I said McDavid, McKinnon out. McCarr is going to have to step up, and he's gonna make a move, and I think he'll score a goal tonight.
it's funny we both kind of mentioned that because I sent you a screenshot. I was texting my dad last night, and I was like, I like the brink at first goal for the Hawks and McCarr for the Avs, and here we are. We're both kind of putting them on there. So if you want to have fun, I mean, maybe first goal for DeBrincat and McCarr as well. Put like 250 on that. You could win a good amount.
Yeah, always like to. If you're gonna pick somebody to score a goal, I always throw a few dollars on them to score first. Can't hurt anybody.
Right. All right. So we both like the Hawks money line tonight, right? Or are
Um,
you off on
I
that?
don't know if I'll take the money line, but definitely plus 1.5 for sure. But obviously, that's down to juice now. To what
All
is
right.
going
Well,
on inside
I'm
me?
on the Hawks money line. I know a lot of people are also on the Hawks money line. I like to bring at the score a goal as well. You're on the first period over and McCarr to score a goal and Kubalik. All right. So we
Yeah.
got one less. You go ahead.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with what you said there.
Awesome. All
After
right.
all that,
So
there's a guy outside chopping up a tree. I don't know.
I think I hear it.
Is it loud?
Anyways, no, it's not.
Okay.
All right. So we got one last game here on the slate for Wednesday, and it's Winnipeg going into Anaheim to face the Ducks. Now, John Gibson versus Connor Hellebuck's pretty much how you got to look at this one, right? Like under probably. I'm leaning Jets in regulation. I think Anaheim doesn't have any kind of goal scoring talent whatsoever, and I think Winnipeg's going to be able to probably end up hitting the empty netter here, 3-1, 4-1. Now, I don't really want to rely on empty netters here, and I'm not even going to take the puck line, but I definitely see the Jets probably leading this one 2-1 late in the third. I think it's probably going to go way under, but I don't see the Ducks scoring in any kind of way. I didn't look at the prices, but if it's less than $1 minus $1.30 for Ducks under 2.5 goals, I might sprinkle on that too.
Well, I can tell you, I'm on the complete other side. Actually, I, I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna go with the over. I know I thought about it, but like, then I realized I'm like, for that to truly happen, the Ducks well, they did 4-2 Jets, but um, I do like the Ducks plus 1.5. I think it'll be a close game, and like you said, the empty netter, but like, I don't know, because I really like the Ducks here. Home game, our home opener. Jets are without Shifley. They got what that rookie per I don't remember his name.
Cole Perfetti.
Perfetti. Yeah, he's gonna be in the lineup actually on the third line, I believe. So, but I thought this line would be a lot different. It's like I have my bets that I want to make for them, but I'm waiting for the line to move because I
Yeah.
thought the Jets would be a lot more favored because they're really
No, there's a lot of money coming in on the Ducks. I think a lot of people think Anaheim's got this tonight, and I'm not confident in Jets in regulation. I'll say that, but I still do like it. I think they're the better team, and it's almost I got them at almost even money, and I think that's a great price considering how my thought process originally with this game was when I saw Jets open up at minus $1.14. I was like, okay, Jets money line, but I didn't take it in August when I saw that. So it's
yeah.
probably my least favorite bet of the 5 games, but I'm gonna stick with the
So,
Jets and Reg.
hey, once again, so like one of my bets I found is both to score two, and like you said, you don't see the Ducks scoring two, but I
I don't
picture.
see him getting over 2.5.
Oh, you're right. You said 2.5. I feel like that's going to be really juice though for the under of
That's what
that.
I'm saying. I wouldn't touch it if it's not like minus 125.
Yeah. So right now the both to score two is minus 160. Once again, I'm hoping more money comes in on the Jets and it drops that down a little, or like the under, whichever way the betting goes. Because I do like the Ducks to get two tonight. I picture a 2-2 game, but as the Jets, I mean, they got a few new defensemen. Got to like figure out how to meld together, and Shifley not being on that top line. I mean
That's what
that.
people are worried about with the Hawks is that the new defenseman and Fleury might take a couple games to gel together. We'll see how that goes.
Yes,
I'm worried about the
I,
penalty kill.
I can see that. Yeah, penalty kills a struggle, but we'll get through that. I also like with Shifley being out and those lines being mixed up, Ehlers to score. We mentioned that last night we were talking. I
Mm-hmm.
think I don't know how that top line's going to process very well. And
Euler's only like plus 145 tonight, right? He's not that valuable.
let's see. Yeah, he's the same. Well, 165.
Okay.
Yeah, I like
All
him.
right.
I like that
So
setup
that
there.
is. You got anything else on Winnipeg Anaheim?
Nope.
All
Uh,
right.
I did not bet the Ducks plus 1.5 alone. I just wanted to mention that I would not bet a minus 190. They're in a parlay with, I believe, Rangers money line and Montreal money line. Or
I would have done parlay Ducks plus 1.5, Montreal plus 1.5, maybe.
and I think I did Hawks plus 1.5 also thrown in
Yeah, there you go.
there. But
All right, so
the
that's
best.
all 5 games in today's NHL slate. I got the Rangers money line, Rangers in regulation, Montreal Canadiens money line, first period over in Edmonton and Vancouver, Blackhawks money line, and the Jets to win in regulation. Jake, you want to go over what you got real quick before we get to our best bet?
I also have Montreal money line, Rangers money line, and like I said, I like the first period over in the Hawks specifically, but I also did that little like round robin thing with all three of the Montreal and the Rangers games because I think they will all start off pretty hot there. And then I like the Ducks plus 1.5. And I've only thing I got for the Canucks Oilers is he used to have a point, but I'm pretty sure that's going to be juiced, and I won't be betting it. Might bet him to get a goal, but I also like McCarr a lot anytime for the Hawks. You want to go under your best bet?
All right, yeah. Before we get to best bets, I'm going to apologize that we don't have a DFS segment for today. I just didn't get around to looking through the lineups, and if I didn't get to that, I'm not going to give you guys BS. So
Fair enough, but I always think of if I'm gonna make a DFS lineup, it'll be the guys I think are gonna score or put up points.
Yeah,
So
like
guys
I
like
don't know. I don't know
Hughes.
the prices of them. I don't know who fits in the lineup.
Fair enough.
We'll skip it for today. Maybe it'll be a Tuesday and Thursday thing. It's hard to get to in the morning. Can't
Very
lie.
true. Very true.
All right, so best bets for today. I cashed mine yesterday with the Vegas Golden Knights first period minus half a goal. Jake unfortunately failed to cash his on the Tampa puck line, but today is a new day, and yesterday was just day one. So for day two, I'm going to give you guys the New York Rangers money line. I got him plus 115, and I also like him in regulation. I'm not going to make that the best bet, but I think the New York Rangers will get this one done against the Washington Capitals, and we look to improve to 2-0 on best bets for me here on Royal Bettors.
I'm looking to get my first win here, and it's something I struggle with. I have many bets, and then I'm like, well, which one is my best bet type thing? I'm like, especially on days that have bigger slates, it's like which one is my favorite? But I think I'm gonna go with Montreal over 2.5 goals. I I don't know. I'm liking a lot of goals in this game.
Keep in
Leafs,
mind that's a regulation only bet, does not include overtime.
yeah. If you want to include overtime, it turns to like minus 120 or 125. But without the overtime, it's minus 105. I see this if I see the game going like 3-3 or 4-3. I've said that already, but I I like Montreal over 2.5 goals.
All right, so there you have it. Montreal Canadiens over 2.5 goals minus $1.05. I'm on the Rangers money line plus 115. Again, that's around even money now. And I want to thank you all for joining us here on Royal Bettors today, whether you watch the show live or you're watching it as a video later. If you like what you hear, be sure to give us a subscribe, like the video, follow us on Twitter at Royal Bettors. You could also follow us individually in we have our ads here in our picture boxes. And we will be live again tomorrow, Thursday, October 14th at 3 p.m. to break down the NHL slate for Thursday's card. Again, thank you all for joining us. We've been Royal Bettors. We'll be live 7 days a week, breaking down the NHL slate from a betting perspective. Again, appreciate all the support, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank
Best
you
of luck,
guys.